Welcome to Kenect The Dots, a podcast where we unlock the stories that connect each and every one of us. Hosted by me, Zach Day, in partnership with Kenect Nashville. How do you connect?
Well, Zach Day, I connect with Kenect 4. How do you connect?
I ask myself that question every week here on this podcast, Maddie.
So I'm Madeline Phillips. You don't know me and I don't know you, but that's okay because we're going to change that today. I'm Zach Day's friend, and I'm going to be the guest co-host of this show because, he wanted to ask me some questions, but I said, no, Zach Day, I'm going to ask you some of those hot, pressing questions that people just want to know.
I mean, yeah, and you know what? That's part of my goal here is to just spill the tea. You know what I'm saying?
Just to be known.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I think, there's a lot of people on the internet that know you, my friend, but do they? That's really my question today.
The truth is they don't.
Okay.
I keep a lot of things really close to the chest, so.
He does. And let me tell you, as his friend, some of those things need to be plucked off that chest. Look at this chest hair, guys. He is just beautiful, okay?
Oh, Maddie.
So if you are here in this little meditation room that we find ourselves in the beautiful city of Sedona, you would just get to feel he's got a good energy. And I really, really love that I get to be his friend, and I'm going to tell you how I became his friend.
Okay.
So, first and foremost, my bestie girl is Zan Fiscum. She was just on the podcast.
Right.
And, in fact, if you look closely, if you're watching this, you can actually see she gave me a classic Zan hug, and you can see her makeup on my chest. And that's just her. She's the best. And she just happened to get married last summer.
Yes, she did.
And it put us two together because at some point, we were like, hey, we should go get Mexican food for everybody.
Right.
And maybe some coffee. And we got to talking. And we both talk a lot. And we found out some stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then bam, besties just happened like that. And I don't know if you want me to say this, but I'm going to say it.
Uh-oh.
This is what really cemented our friendship. There's two things. One, we had a crush on the same person at this wedding.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, we're dancing, we're drinking our wine. And I'm like, God, he's hot. And Zach's like, no, for real.
Yeah.
And we're just watching him do his little job at the wedding. I'm not going to say who he was.
Right, please.
No, I won't.
Just in case. Yeah, he's going to listen to this.
I know. But we're just watching him walk around and stuff. And he's tall. And, okay, anyways. So we're like, what's his deal? Like, let's look for a ring. No ring.
Right.
So I have the habit of doing this where I'm nosy and I'm okay that
Oh my
people know
gosh,
that.
I forgot about you doing this.
I know. So I walked up to him and I said, hi, sir. So me and my friend both think you're really handsome and he's gay. And obviously, here I am, I'm interested in you. So I was just wondering, what's your deal? Are you gay? Are you straight? Are you single? Are you taken? And he was so sweet. He was like, oh my gosh, first of all, thank you. Second, and he's not Southern. I don't know why I just put that accent on. He's from the Pacific Northwest.
You've been hanging out with me too long, so that Southern accent's going to slip out.
Well, I'm from North Carolina.
Right, so you know.
It just comes on.
The natural, that's just how it happens. But yeah.
So, he gives us that reply, and I just said, okay, thank you very much. And I go over to Zach, and I'm like, no.
It's not going to work out for either of us.
We, what's the term when you, don't get what you want?
When you
we
don't
flopped. We flopped.
It was flop city. Yeah, no, I forgot about you doing that, but now I remember, and I was like, I'm so embarrassed, but you are so not embarrassed. So
Nope, because I think part of the issue with our culture right now is we're scared to talk to people and the consequences and things could be shared online, literally what I'm doing right here.
Right.
But I have this gift and I wish that I could give it in the form of a gift card to all of my friends and everyone out there. It's called the I don't care little card.
Right.
And I just swipe that and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. I don't really care what they think about me.
Yeah, because guess what? We've never seen that guy again.
No.
Have we? I mean, have you? I haven't.
No.
Okay.
No, I have not. Okay, and then secondly, this is the other thing that made me love Zach Day forever. My aunt, Julie, flew in.
Queen.
And we were just going to have a little, aunt-niece trip. And Zach was like, hey, is there any way you could, take me to the airport? And I'm like, yeah, but you're going to have to hang out with me and my aunt all day. And we have, a lot of plans. And this man just rode around with us and hung out and talked to my aunt. And I just thought, yeah, this is my friend.
Oh.
Because anyone that treats my family like that, I'm like, for sure.
Oh my God, we had a great time. It was a wonderful day. Wouldn't you agree?
Hoot and a holler. Just
Me,
walking
you,
around
and your
chasing
aunt.
my aunt
Yeah.
shopping. I
Right.
hate shopping.
Right.
But it
Me
was
too.
fun.
No, we had a good time. This was in Seattle, right? Yeah, and we went to we did like the little Ferris wheel thing.
Yep. And I was asking Zach, I was in my little overalls, and I was like, hey, can you take some pictures of me for my like Hinge and Bumble? And he had to witness the absolute dorkiness of me, and just none of those photos were the thirst trap that I was looking for.
I'm sorry about that.
And it wasn't his fault. He gave it his all. And I
did.
appreciate that.
I did. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. We're just talking and like, listen, y'all back home watching or listening to this podcast. Yeah, Maddie and Zan came to visit me in Phoenix at Kenect Phoenix. And so I got the pleasure to interview Zan last week on the podcast. And then, yeah, me and Maddie were just kind of discussing like, what's a good idea for a podcast? And we had already planned like, we're going to go to Sedona and spend a couple nights there and just like kind of, I don't know. I've been having a rough go of it, y'all. I mean, you know, like I said, I don't talk about my life or anything like that, but you know, I just have like been really busy and really stressed out, got a lot of stuff going on and whatever. So this has just been really nice. And we, you know, they kind of surprised me with this idea of like, let's go to Sedona. Let's just like hang out. So I was like, well, yeah, that's a great idea. And then Maddie was like, let's bring the podcasting gear and let's just record there.
Change it up, baby. Just get out there and get a different vibe, because this is totally different. We are literally looking at Thunder Mountain, like right in front of us, and we get to see all the people who ascend this mountain, and they all do this similar thing, which is like put their hands on their hips and put their arms up. And I just love it because with your life, you're changing seasons, and it's like you're ascending your Thunder Mountain. And like sometimes you have to, obviously thunder is like loud and scary, and you have just made this big move and are establishing your community. And that's what this whole thing is, which I love, like the mission of Kenect being that you value people. You value not just what people can do for you, but what you can bring to them and your community.
Yeah.
So
oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Wow, what a beautiful analogy there. Maddie, just talented all around with her words and their speaking. It's so
saying,
nice.
Like, there's so many people where you live, like your neighbors, that you should meet, because, hey, they might be really weird. I have had some weird neighbors.
Yeah, me too.
But oh my gosh, if it's not the funnest thing to get to know them. And I have a neighbor right now where I live in Lakeland that has a cat and a dog named Crash and Burn.
That's so good.
And every day he's like the mayor of our little street, and he's always up in everybody's business. But I love him because he's just like a character, and I'm like, I know you're watching me. I know you're like, if I do something wrong, you're going to tell the whole neighborhood, but I love you anyways.
You tattletale.
Yeah, everybody has a purpose in their community.
No, for sure. And it's been really cool. You got to see Kenect Phoenix because we did spend a night there.
It's so nice.
Right? It's beautiful. I love it. If you live
there, you should definitely get one of their packages just to have a workspace and their pool.
Yeah.
I mean,
the pool.
It was like, okay, so first of all, I don't want to endorse this book, but there was like a book that came out, very popular, turned into a movie, and it has this like beautiful little rooftop situation, and there was some toxic stuff in it, but Kenect Phoenix, none of the toxicity there. Beautiful. So you should definitely check it out.
No, the pool is so nice. The gym is great. I'm so glad you got to spend a night there, a couple days there, I guess. And you also got to meet some of my neighbors and some of my, bosses and people who have just been helping me get these opportunities. And yeah, so I'm really glad that you got to do that. That was really cool for me to see, because I'm like, I love Kenect too, and I'm so proud to be able to be like, guys, check out this place that I live. Check out these awesome people that are around me, the people that work there, and everything has just been so cool. And like, I want to introduce my friends and the people that I care about to, the people that I live and work with every day. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. My family's supposed to be coming down pretty soon, so I'm excited to introduce them to everybody, and they're gonna get to see Kenect Phoenix and see like this amazing place that I've been able to live and work at for a long time,
And let me tell you, I'm pretty good at judging people's character very quickly, and some might say that means you're judgmental. Well, maybe a little bit, but they're genuine people.
Yeah.
And you can tell like they really care about their job, and
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so
Yeah, I'm
I'm
blessed.
the host of this. I'm gonna go ahead and commandeer this. I have some questions for you, Zach. We're gonna start easy and then we'll get more difficult as we go along.
Okay.
The first question is this: if you were a kitchen appliance, which one would you be and why?
Oh my God. The air fryer. Just dry. Just 100%. Just drying things out, honey. Just dust. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? You're making it crispy.
Making it crispy, hot. Number one, just hot. Number
Maybe
two,
a little salty.
a little salty. Number three, always evolving. You know what I mean? I feel like the air fryer, it's just like, it's the newest appliance in kitchen appliances. It's always evolving. There's those newer versions of it. And I'm always growing and changing.
I mean, the genre that Zach performs with, y'alternative.
Right.
That's such a good answer.
It's innovative. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I love it.
I love the air fryer. I use mine every day.
Well, I don't, but I appreciate. I'm more of a. Actually, I don't know what I am. Maybe a blender. I'm violent and
just loud.
Just blend it all up. Yes, so loud. Okay, this is silly, but one time I had what they called a bulging ear infection. I almost lost my hearing.
Oh, good thing I know sign language. I guess I could help you.
Okay, but the thing that I noticed was when I heard a blender, I couldn't hear the of the blender. I could only hear the pump, 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 pump of the blender.
What in the world? What is a bulging ear infection?
I don't know.
Bless your heart.
I know.
These sinuses, honey.
I got a deviated septum, and it is not for the weak. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Every time someone looks in my nose or my ear, they go, "Oh, Maddie."
No, you are one of God's strongest warriors.
I'm not. But I appreciate that. Okay, so this one's a silly question because you're a singer, but I am curious.
Okay.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh, that's a good question.
And let me add this. What do you want to accomplish when you do that? Like, do you want people to be like, holy crap, he's like amazing? Or do you want them to like be pulled in emotionally? Like, what do you want?
That's interesting. So, we did talk to a karaoke host on Kenect The Dots podcast a few weeks ago. And I asked her what her go-to karaoke was, but I don't think she asked me what mine was. And the thing is, I don't do a lot of karaoke, but
he doesn't give it out for free.
No, for real. I'm like, pay me immediately. But if I'm going to go, I have a couple answers for this. If I'm wanting to sound good and I want people to be like, he can sing or whatever, which is most of the time I'm just like, whatever. Like, it's like Valerie by Amy Winehouse because the original key is a good key for me. So I like that one. But if I'm like drinking a little bit with like my friends or something, it's like, we're going to do like Seasons of Love from Rent, or me and my sister always perform like Take Me or Leave Me from Rent, like show tunes, like just silly duets and stuff like that. And just to get up there, or Fergalicious, that's another good one. Because I can just get up there and just laugh and play, be funny.
Make them boys go crazy.
Make them boys go loco.
Okay, and then the last of the easy questions. Actually I have two more.
Okay.
The last of the easy ones is, what's the most ridiculous fashion trend you've ever rocked with total confidence? And I mean with total confidence. Like you were out there and you were feeling like you were slaying.
Oh, yeah. I've got a couple of those. So in high school, I had long, straight black hair. I would straighten it every day with a straightener. And it also had it was black hair, but it had big blonde chunks in it. Have you ever seen these pictures?
I have not, and I've been like crying a lot recently, and I don't know why that makes me like tear up.
But because you could picture me being like,
I'm like worried.
No, I was a scene kid, so like that was me in high school, just this little gay boy with like straightening my hair every day. I had like fingerless gloves. I had my lip pierced, and I rocked that.
What year did you graduate high school?
Oh my God, you're really going to tell everybody my age on here? No, 2012.
Okay, so we actually would have been in high school at the same time.
Okay.
I graduated in 2015.
Okay. Young, brag.
would we
Bragging.
have been friends?
Oh, yeah, of course we would have. Yeah.
you sure?
I mean, I was older than you. So let me think. 2012. So would have you been like a freshman when I was a senior?
I'm not good at math like that. I think probably.
I mean, like,
Because 3 years later I would graduate, so I would be a freshman.
okay. Either a freshman or a sophomore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we would have been friends probably because you were probably, did you do like choir or theater or
hell
something?
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Like I was in musical theater. I was Annie Oakley.
Ooh, icon. Okay, yeah, we would have been friends because like I loved my little choir kids, and when I was like a senior, the incoming freshmen or the sophomores, I was always just like I would have taken you under my wing and been
Thank
like
God.
queen, and we would have like we would have been great
I
friends.
think we would have eaten lunch together, and I really liked
for sure.
that.
No, yeah, absolutely.
When I was in high school, I went to this little Christian school, and we had this outbreak happen where this kid made an Instagram called Ratchet FACS, and he would just
Oh, is that your high?
First Assembly Christian School.
Okay.
And he would just put people's outfits on it. So it was like kind of brutal, but it
Whoa.
was also hilarious. And like, I just think like, I don't know. I think we would have been looking at that Instagram together.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious.
I mean, I don't think you would have started an Instagram like that. And
no,
I don't think I'm at
no,
that
but we would
level.
have definitely been looking at it for sure. No, I don't even remember. We didn't even have. Yes, we had Instagram when I was in high school, but it was maybe like my senior year, like 2011,
Can I tell you a
2012.
story? I know this isn't about me, but now I'm just thinking.
I love it.
Okay, so I'm one to appreciate irony, right? And so when I was in school, I have this like crazy hair, right? And like sometimes people would sit behind me in school and they couldn't see the board because I'd have my hair in a big ponytail.
You've always had your hair like this, just that big curly hair.
I mean, not on purpose.
Long.
It just is. It just happens. But all that to say, I got like just viciously made fun of by these two really popular girls in my Bible class. And I was like a freshman in this like, I don't know, like senior, junior Bible class. And I was sitting there and I was really trying. My mom kept telling me, she's like, Madeline, you got to work on your appearance.
Oh my God.
I've always just not really cared. And that's a little bit problematic. So all that to say, I was wearing a skirt and I was wearing these white like knee-high boots and a green shirt and a green headband, and I still remember it today. And I really thought I was slaying. I thought I was working. And these girls were like this, and they just kept staring at me the whole class. And obviously I knew they were talking about me, but I was like, okay, I was a little bit sensitive.
Oh yeah.
And I also was like, they were in my brother's grade, so I was like, I don't want to do anything that like hurts his reputation.
Oh my God, Maddie.
I know. But all that to say, they were writing this note back and forth, and you are going to just make fun of me relentlessly for this. But afterwards, we would have fasting on Wednesdays for like church. I don't know. We would fast, and we would do it in that room. And so I would go around and I'd like collect the trash and like get it ready. Which, by the way, that just did not work for my body. Like I get migraines if I don't.
That's really no. I mean, like, yeah. I was gonna talk about it, but
no
mandatory
judgment.
Fasting. I don't know.
Well, no. It wasn't mandatory.
Okay.
I was doing it. I was like a chaplain, whatever.
Okay.
I don't know. I was doing a lot. But all that to say, like they knew I was gonna stay afterwards and like, you know, pick up the trash and lead the thingy. And so as I went around, I saw this note. And
you saw it? Oh,
are you ready to hear what it said?
Yeah. Are they stupid? Why would they not rip it up?
They looked at me and like they left.
Oh,
They wanted me to find it.
Okay. What did it say?
Okay, it said, OMG, have you seen her hair? And I'm just saying how they talk. This is actually how they talked. And the other girl said, yes, like she looks like the before in a shampoo commercial.
Haters.
And can I just say, my mom used to say I always look like the before in Princess Diaries.
That's immediately what I pictured when you said that. But
and she's not wrong, so don't think my mom's so mean. She's actually the sweetest ever. But all that to say, afterwards it said, LOL, ha ha ha, bah, ha 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 ha. And this is written on a piece of paper. And
Weird.
so all that to say, afterwards it was like, can we help her? Like, it was very much like, she's a charity case.
Wow.
I found it. I was in tears. I was just like, this is really tough. I don't know where to go from here. And my sister's friends rallied around me. You know what they said? They said, and this is inappropriate for our younger viewers. They said, Maddie, you have sex hair. Like, people want your hair. Like, those girls are curling their hair to make their hair look like yours.
Right.
So I don't know what their deal is, but don't listen.
You're just jealous. You have amazing hair.
And that's not the irony, because my hair doesn't look amazing every day. The irony is that the girl that wrote the note would go on to become Miss North Carolina. And do you know what her platform was?
What?
Anti-bullying.
Makes sense.
I was just like, this is really rich.
That is really rich. Yeah. Okay, iconic.
Yeah.
Well,
so the fashion
forget
trend,
her.
I never rocked a fashion trend well, but I do have that story.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, so you weren't, I guess, you didn't have to do uniforms in your school, right? I mean, like, because you got to do, like, your outfit.
Right. There was some rules. It was a little, as, like, a student at a Christian school, we went through phases of, like, what is appropriate, what is not. And so we definitely tried to cover up our cleavage.
Right.
We also, like, had length limits, but I'm not going to show you my thighs right now. I got long thighs, okay?
Long thighs?
I look at this, Zach. Hold on.
I mean, I guess I probably do, too.
We have the same length of thighs. And he's taller than me. And all that to say, if I wanted to be cute and wear, like, a skirt or something, it would look awful if it went to my knees.
Okay.
So most skirts won't. And all that to say, Miss Reader, who's one of the loves of my life, she was my history teacher. She encouraged me to major in history.
And now you have a history degree, yes.
She didn't like me at first. I'm an acquired taste.
Oh.
And one time she chased me around the cafeteria. And she was like, Madeline Phillips, your skirt is way too short. You get over here. And I was, like, sad because I was like, everybody heard.
No, you're like, you didn't have to do that in front of everyone, but okay, love you.
But then I was like, Miss Reader, you're 5'2", and I'm 5'7", so
there's a difference there.
No, but I love her. It's fine.
That's so funny.
We didn't have necessarily, like, a uniform like that, but I do remember what was really popular, and I don't know if this is true for you in Tennessee.
Kentucky.
Oh my God, Kentucky.
From Kentucky, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
That's a big difference.
No.
My roommate's from Kentucky. I'm sorry. Okay, polo, like Ralph Lauren polo dresses.
I don't remember that.
They had a chokehold in my school. And TBH, my family, we weren't rocking with that much money.
Right.
So we were not a Ralph Lauren family.
Right. No, when I was in school, it was like, I mean, probably for you too, but it was like Hollister, Abercrombie, Aeropostale. That was what was trending. But yeah, I mean, if we could get like a pair of Hollister jeans or something, we'd be like, oh my God, we're so fancy. And like, oh, we also had like the type of shoes we would wear at Etnies. Have you ever heard of that?
I have heard of Etnies.
Yeah, we had
little skater shoes.
Yeah. And you know, I was a scene kid, so
I know.
But yeah, they did not like the lip ring at school. They tried to make me take it out. And so
who did like your lip ring?
I don't think anybody did, including me. I didn't like it. I like had it for like a few weeks and I just took it out. But
hi, Evan. We have some friends at the Airbnb.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think fashion, like appearance, what is the importance of that when it comes to the topic of connection? Like, do you think that you can put people off by how you present yourself?
Yes, I would say that. I mean, I think like first impressions when meeting people and things like that are really important. So when it comes to like the way that you look, the way that you maybe dress, or the way that you present yourself can really kind of make or break the way the interaction goes. You know what I mean? I mean, like if you look a mess, who's going to want to talk to you? You know what I mean? So, but that's okay. Like I try to just, my whole thing right now, unless I'm performing, when I'm performing, I do kind of tend to dress a certain way, present a certain way, because it's about a brand identity kind of thing. But if I'm like out in public or if I'm just like hanging out with friends, super casual, like so, but I do always smell good.
Okay. That's literally what I was going to say. Yeah. Like, first of all, yes, he does smell good, but I think more than like your outfit and stuff, it's the hygiene aspect.
Right.
Because I was on a plane with someone who you could just tell is one of those people that wanted to be all natural.
Mm-hmm.
And the good Lord didn't make her to be all natural.
And we're here in Sedona, and that's gonna
And
be
it's still on my mind. Do you ever smell something and you think, will this smell ever leave my nostrils?
yeah. And I don't want anyone to ever think that about me.
Do you remember when I sniffed right by your
Yeah.
ear? Why did I do that?
I don't know.
I think Zach was talking. Sorry,
No, it's okay.
I have ADD, but he was talking about something on his plate, and I just, without even thinking, I just went.
And I was like,
It's an awful sound. I'm so sorry for you listeners,
it's ASMR.
but the worst kind.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just want to point out, because I think this is backwards. You guys might not know what this says. His hat today is Earnhardt. And that's for Dale Earnhardt Sr., I believe.
Yes,
Let
it
me see
is.
that little.
There's no junior on there.
Oh,
I'm doing
yeah.
it for doing it for Dale.
So, little did he know that means a lot to me, because that's my hometown, K-Town, Kannapolis.
Where he's from.
Yeah, we go 3-4 Dale. And it's amazing to me how many people come to my hometown to see his statue.
That's cool. I didn't even know they had a statue of him there.
They do.
Aww.
And you guys, I know that we're promoting Kenect Phoenix, but your next stop should be Kannapolis, North Carolina.
That's cute. Kannapolis.
It's quaint. It's like the type of town you would think a Hallmark movie should be filmed in.
Mm-hmm. Hey, maybe Kenect will put up a place somewhere in North Carolina. How far are you from Charlotte?
Oh, super close, like 35, 40 minutes.
Hey, I'm going to put the good word in and say maybe
Literally,
come to Charlotte.
Charlotte is
It's so
amazing.
beautiful. Yeah.
It has my heart.
Oh, that's cute.
Mhm.
I love that. I don't know, but yeah, the smelling good thing is super important to me. But don't get me wrong. I love, like, an all natural moment. You know what I mean? Like, I really do. Like, no offense to like that person on the plane, and maybe that wasn't right for her, but for like me, like, yeah, it's cool. I just like to, I don't want anyone to be like, "Ooh, he smells bad."
Well, and that's my thing. I actually am a proponent of chemical-free life, like, as much as possible.
Yeah.
But there does come a moment of recognition of, if I can smell my own armpits, this can't be comfortable for other people.
Right. I mean, sure.
The reckoning is hard.
Right.
I really like my deodorant brand. Can I say what it is?
Sure.
It's Lumi.
Is that an all natural one too?
I think so. And the thing about it is they discontinued my favorite scent, and that was just tragic. So if you're out there, Lumi, and you hear me, the like sandalwood situation, bring it on back.
Maybe Lumi will sponsor us next time. Who knows?
Literally.
What else you got for me, Maddie?
All right, Zachary. This is where things get a little bit more difficult. And I
Okay.
don't know if you want to go there. And it's okay. You shouldn't force people to be deep, okay?
Oh God.
But in your experience, what does true connection look and feel like?
I think that connecting can mean a lot of different things. I think it can kind of be tied back to the whole love language thing. And I know that everybody's got different ways of expressing and showing love. But for me, when I'm connecting with people, I really want to have, we've talked about this too. It's like, I want to have a safe space for people to feel free to open up about themselves or whatever, feel comfortable. Wherever, when you guys come to my apartment, I want to make sure that it's like clean, well maintained, fresh sheets, fresh linens, you know what I mean? Like coffee on the coffee pot. Like, I'll make you a baked good or something like that.
This is so true.
And
if you ever get the chance to go to his apartment, 1, smells amazing.
Thank you.
2, he's probably going to make you like banana bread or pumpkin bread or something.
Cookies, yeah. Yeah.
And then you'll just feel like relaxed.
I don't know. I mean, like, I just think that like that is just the way that I show my love and the way that I want to be like, hey, like you're important to me. So like we can feel free to just discuss whatever, talk about whatever. And like, you don't have to feel like uncomfortable or anything like that. You know what I mean? So maybe that's how I connect with people,
I like it.
and I just feel like also another thing is like, I'm kind of a jack of all trades. In some ways, like I grew up doing a little bit of everything. And so that can be a blessing and a curse, because sometimes you can be good at a lot of things, but not great at one thing, whatever. But I just think that it kind of made me feel like I could, now it doesn't matter who you are, I can find something with you to connect over. We can talk about something, whether it's like sports or anything, really, hunting, being outside. But then I can also talk to you about fashion or just TV or whatever. It doesn't matter. We can find the way to bridge that gap and make a connection. It doesn't matter what it is. Yeah.
Do you think that a connection is only successful if it is long term, or do you think that you can find value in kind of just like a short term, like, oh, I love, like, for instance, when I go on walks around the lake that I live at, there's this one little man that's always walking. I don't know his name. He doesn't know my name, but we love saying hi to each other.
Right. No, that's so important. And like, I feel like as being a performer, being a musician and stuff, like a part of it too is connecting with my audience and the people that are there to listen to my songs. And I want to be able to make them feel like I'm singing to them. You know what I mean? Because I'm singing these songs for them. You know what I mean?
Well, and not to say that you're not completely like unique and everything. However, like the heartache that's in your songs and things, that's other people's stories too.
Exactly.
You can listen to a song and be like, shoot,
Right.
dang it, you too?
No, right.
It's
So like,
rough out here.
it's not a one way thing. And I might not never know any of y'all's names or anything like that, but like when we're on stage, I'm looking at you in the eye and I'm singing these songs and you're looking back at me and you're connecting with me with these lyrics and these stories. That counts too. So like that's a short-term thing maybe for me, but it still counts.
Absolutely. Okay, this question is about lost connections. How do you personally navigate the pain of lost connections, and what helps you heal from that?
Oh man, that's a hard one because, it's really hard for me to lose friends or people that I've spent time with in my life. I really try my best not to, which can also be a downfall. Because I don't know, just people are super important to me. So I have friends that I haven't seen in years and we'll still chat every now and then because I'm really good about, I try to be really good about reaching out to people. Doesn't matter how long it's been. So as long as you guys don't have bad blood, I think you can kind of keep a connection, especially in this day and age with social media and text messaging and calling and FaceTiming and stuff like that. But there are people that I've lost touch with and can't really have that same type of connection anymore. And I don't know how to navigate the pain. I guess I ignore it. I just pretend like it doesn't happen. And I try, and I'm not saying that's good. I'm just trying to answer honestly here. I don't know. It's really difficult for me. I try to just, I don't know, ignore it. And as long as there's not bad blood, if there's any sort of like bad energy or an argument or something like that, I really can't end a connection like that. I can't. I have to face it head on, make sure that we're good. We might not be close anymore, but you're good, I'm good. We see each other and then move on. I don't know.
My dad always said that you can walk away from somewhere, but if you consistently throw a grenade over your back when you leave, then every bridge that you ever need to cross in the future is just going to be non-existent. So I think the hard part is that you have a good kind of ethical approach of how to treat people, and you can't always guarantee that other people will have that. So you may have the heart to like leave people in grace and, with love in your heart and like, no bad blood, but that's not their nature.
Yeah.
And that's really, I think, the hard place to navigate.
It's just human nature. I mean, I don't know. And everybody deals with things differently. I really try not to harbor any sort of negativity because that eats away at me. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I don't know. It's difficult, but that is part of life.
And that is its own imprisonment. Like but just in general, if you have the lack of ability to forgive people, like you're incapable of it or you're not willing to do it, you're actually imprisoning yourself in that because they're just probably out there living their life and you're the one stuck in the why don't they care or why won't they ever change their ways? And that's what I wish that wasn't a part of life, but it is.
Oh yeah, man. I don't know.
Which is why you want to make friends like Zach so that you don't have to deal with that.
Trust me, there's people I've been mad at, but most of the time, we try to just face it head on so that we can just go our separate ways without any sort of negative energy following me around. Because girl, I'm stressed out enough as it is. I can't be thinking about that.
So, okay, one thing that I feel like we have connected over is the stress and general anxiety of life in your young adulthood.
Yeah.
And so I think, when you have the ability to imagine the worst, you also have the ability to imagine the best case scenarios. So I want to know, what would be the most rewarding aspect of living in Phoenix and working for Kenect? Like, I want you to imagine, what's the best case scenario of what happens?
The best case scenario is that I can stay there for as long as they need me to be. Hopefully, a year, 2 years, whatever they want me to be, and just continue to play music there, and also be able to still thrive in my music career and performing at Kenect, but also performing at other places. I would really love to eventually get my band out to Phoenix and have them play not only at Kenect, but Phoenix in general is just such a cool city. I'm loving Phoenix. It's really great. And I would like to stay there for as long as they need me to. But yeah, it would just be really great to just maybe get my band out there, maybe get Zan coming there to play. Just like spreading the word about how awesome it is to be there. And hopefully it would be great to just stay there and continue to meet people and build a little fan base in Phoenix, Arizona. And then who knows, take over the world from there. But yeah, I don't want anything to hold me back. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to stay in Phoenix for as long as they need me. But, I have big dreams that could take me to who knows where. So Kenect and being able to work with Kenect and, post about them on my social media and do things like this and meeting the right people. You never know who you're going to meet that comes through that could like live there, work there. People that I'm interviewing and stuff on this podcast, like, you just never know what type of opportunities can come from that. So I'm definitely keeping an open mind and just enjoying every day, one day at a time. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Yeah.
I think Zach is such a good brand ambassador for this, because you can explain the importance of having those kind of friendships in your neighbors and just this kind of mutual respect in a space where it's like, this is a safe place for all of us to come and live our lives and work and have our dreams kind of be supported by each other.
Right.
And just even, like I said, when we were by the pool, Zach was having these great conversations with his neighbors about all these different things and just getting that kind of like little moments. And so I could see him totally going on, like, I don't know, the Kelly Clarkson show and explaining how these young adult, or it doesn't even have to be young adult, like he has a neighbor that's like a grandma that's just like super fun.
Yeah.
And so, but anyways, this like multi-generational place can be such a good launching pad for young professionals.
Yep.
And
that's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Just the beauty of it.
Yeah,
And then he can just go around the country and campaign for them.
No, for sure. I would love to.
Yeah. So this is kind of like similar question, but this is going to be like, there's two questions left.
Okay.
One is, how do you want your legacy in the music industry and just as Zach Day in general? Because you're not just a musician. Like, there's so much to you. You're multidimensional.
Yeah.
What do you want
Right.
that legacy to be when you leave this place?
Oh, God. This place called Earth?
The place called Earth. We were talking about aliens last night. I feel like we are the aliens.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, Lord, here we go. We'll start talking about that.
Let's not. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Betty and Barney Hill, anybody? Oh my God. I don't know. I just feel like it's so weird because I feel like I'm so young still, but I'm also like, we gotta, like, I don't know. This kind of freaks me out, this conversation.
And I'm bringing it up because I know that.
Yeah.
And I want to encourage anybody else who feels the weight of their own mortality
Yeah.
to be emboldened by that. Because my favorite day in the liturgical calendar, this is so cheesy, and it's also kind of scary, but my favorite day is called Ash Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
From
Heard of
dust
that.
you've come, and to dust you'll return. And on Ash Wednesday, I feel the most brave because I'm like, dude, we have one wild, precious life. What are you going to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
That's such a helpful reminder. I don't think it should be something that induces anxiety and like, oh, I'll never be enough. But no, like, you're here
Mm-hmm.
and you're already impacting people. And I just think, everybody has a different reason and the why of why they think they're here and what they want to do. But it's something that's good to think about.
Yeah.
Be purposeful and intentional, and just know that whatever you've done so far and whatever you're going to make of your life can be beautiful.
Yeah. I love that. That's helpful. For sure. Yeah, because it does freak me out, but I think that, it's inevitable, and I really do try to live every day in a way that I'm like, trying to leave a good impression on the people around me. I want to like make my family proud. I want to make my friends proud. I want to make myself proud.
We're proud.
Thank you. I know I am. I'm proud of myself. I'm really living my dream right now in a lot of ways. Getting to just do music for, full time, and really dedicate a lot of time and energy into being creative. And I hope that like my legacy is just that like I have impacted people with my songs and with my music, with my lyrics, with my stories. I hope that I can kind of leave an impression of like someone who was unafraid to tell their story.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you guys listen to my songs, that's where you're going to get to know me probably the most, besides just in person maybe, and asking these kind of questions. Because I don't share a lot of stuff on the internet about my personal life, but in my songs, that's where I really tell my stories. And a big part of Appalachia is storytelling. It's in the nature of our blood.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, as a queer musician from Appalachia, we exist. And I really want to make sure that everybody can see us and recognize us. And the only way to do that is to really put yourself out on a limb. And it's really scary to do that, because where I come from, it can be really looked down upon to be queer and to be out and to be proud and to be telling those stories, because that's stuff that's been hidden in the coal mines of Kentucky for generations,
First of all, I just want to honor my friend Zach Day, because I have seen firsthand from my friends who are Southern how painful their process has been.
Yeah.
And I want you to know that you being a public figure, which you are, you're verified.
Thank you.
Like sharing your story and building that online community is so important. And I know there's like probably some rando people that are watching or listening to this, and your courage gives them the ability to kind of wake up in the morning and be like, hey, listen, Zach is doing this. I can be myself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste another day like trying to pretend that I'm somebody I'm not. And I'm going to know that, whatever you believe faith-wise or like just universe-wise, but I'm here for a reason.
Yeah.
And that reason is not to hide.
Right.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of like a lot of pressure, because I've had people be like, don't you want to be a role model for these other gay people or something? And I'm like, I don't know if I want to be anything except for just myself and be happy.
Yeah, you don't have to be a cult leader either. Like they say, okay, so my brother, he's like one of my heroes, and he told me there's going to be some people where you're in their top, like, I don't know, like top 3 people meaningful wise in their life. And they might not be in your top 100. Like they might just not be on your radar. But my point in saying this is like, you don't know what kind of impact that you're going to have just by being you, Right.
No, exactly. That's the thing. So it's like, you have to just be who you are and be proud of it. And that's the legacy I want to leave behind. Just someone who's unafraid, who told their story, who impacted people. And that's pretty much all I can ask for.
That's so beautiful.
You know what I mean? That's all I can ask for.
So this brings me to my last little advertisement.
Advertisement.
So obviously Zach here is my gay best friend. And, I feel very protective over him. And so all that I have to say for this last thing is, I am looking for someone for Zach to date and marry. And I can tell you right now, he's going to be the best little housewife. He's going to take care of you.
Oh my God.
He's such a good little hostess. And so anyways,
I thought you were going to say, I am looking for a double date this weekend.
Oh my God, no. We tried, but like, I don't know how to use the dating apps very well.
Me either. I'm new to them.
It's still giving me people from Florida, and I'm in Sedona, Arizona. But all that to say, that's okay because everything happens in its time, and I believe that we are not to arouse or awaken love until it so desires. That's from Song of Solomon. It's very raunchy. It's rated R. But anyways, all that to say, I'm ready for some love to be aroused and awakened for my good friend here. So if you'd like to date Zach Day,
oh my God,
you can apply on datezacday.com. I'm kidding. That doesn't exist. Don't go to it. It's probably weird.
Just slide in my DMs, honey.
But yeah, slide in and be respectful. Okay. And
Maddie.
Yeah, I can't say what I want to say, but just be respectful. And if you are actually like a serious candidate, then I love you. You should totally slide in. So thank you so much for having me on to co-host.
Thank you for doing this. And thanks for asking the important questions over here on Kenect The Dots. I mean, that's great. That was so fun. And thanks for letting me kind of share a little bit about myself. Because, yeah, these people probably don't even know who I am. You know what I mean? They just know me from Instagram and as the host of this podcast. So really cool. That's fun.
He's famous to me, so let him be famous to you. And yeah, you'll just love him. So get to know his music more. He's got some stuff coming out.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, he looks like a total cutie.
Oh, thank you.
If I didn't know that he didn't like my species, then I would be going after him myself.
Your species?
I mean, women were just a little interesting.
Different species for sure. Maddie, why don't you tell them where they can hear more from you? Give us maybe your social media or like whatever. Shout us out. Shout yourself out.
So I'm not really a public figure, but if you want, I've got one of the most unhinged online presence that you'll find.
Hey, I've seen your TikTok. Okay. So yeah.
Look, Zach, there's someone ascending the Thunder Mountain.
Yeah.
Thunder Mountain, is that what it's called?
That's what you said.
I think that's
I don't know if that's what it is, but there's somebody already on the top.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'm going to try to focus. My name's Madeline Phillips or Madeline. My mom calls me both, so I don't really care. I do have some really weird stuff online. I don't know if you need to look me up. But if you want to hear a random song every 3 years, that's what you'll find. I just made a YouTube and there's a 3-minute video of ducks and that's it. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just kind of out here cruising and consuming.
Madeline Phillips. Just at Madeline Phillips? No.
It is just, Instagram at Madeline Phillips. TikTok, don't know. I don't know what it is. And my YouTube, I can't remember.
Okay, cool.
So,
hey, they'll find you if they need to find you.
I know. If you're like listening to this and you're like, actually, like, I would want to be your friend, or you're like, hey, she's gonna feel like, just slide in those DMs too and be respectful.
Exactly. Be respectful. Oh my gosh, these fun. Okay, and yes, thank you, Maddie. That was really fun. I appreciate you. And for those of you at home, feel free to check me out on
Zach Day.
The internet at Zach. Yes, and feel free to go follow Kenect Phoenix at Kenect Phoenix and Kenect Nashville at Kenect Nashville. And yeah, I think that's going to do it from all of us here. So from me and Maddie, we thank you and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.